Welcome to Card of Destiny. I'm Pandora. If this video found you, it means it's meant for you to hear. This is a message for you. Today, we'll explore your relationship, how you and your partner see and feel about each other, the current dynamics, and what the future may hold. If you enjoy my readings, please subscribe and share. Your support means the world to me. Let's begin your reading. You, the person who is watching. 10 of Wands reversed. You've been carrying more than your fair share in this relationship, haven't you? Whether it's emotional labor, constant worrying, managing communication, or trying to keep things from falling apart, it feels like you've been trying to hold up the entire structure by yourself. The 10 of Wands reversed isn't just about burnout, it's about a tipping point. It tells me that you're no longer willing to bear the weight of everything alone. There's something inside of you right now that's quietly shouting, "This isn't sustainable." You may have reached the moment where you recognize how tired you really are. The exhaustion might not just be physical. It could be emotional, mental, spiritual. Maybe it's been hard for you to even explain to your partner just how much you've taken on behind the scenes. But you've done it, day after day, because you care. You've been trying to keep this love afloat with nothing but hope, resilience, and sheer will. But let's be honest. You weren't meant to carry this all alone. The reverse 10% of Wands shows me that there's a desire in you to release some of this. Maybe you've already begun stepping back, even just a little. Maybe you've stopped over-explaining. Maybe you've realized that loving someone doesn't mean exhausting yourself for them. You might be asking yourself, where do I get supported? And that question is so valid, so necessary. There's also a message here about boundaries. When you've given so much for so long, it can feel hard, even guilty, to say no or to pull back. But the truth is, boundaries aren't punishments. They're protection. And you, dear soul, are allowed to protect your energy. The 10% of Wands reversed is not saying give up in it. It's saying let go of what's not yours to carry. It's saying you deserve a relationship where you can exhale. It's saying that your value isn't determined by how much effort you put in. It's okay to ask for balance. It's okay to need rest. It's okay to want ease, softness, and reciprocity. You've proven your loyalty, your strength, your love. Now it's time to ask, is this person willing to match me? Or am I just carrying the idea of us on my own back? Your partner. Knight of Cups reversed. There's an undeniable charm to your partner. When they show up, they can be magnetic, emotionally rich, maybe even poetic. But when the Knight of Cups shows up reversed, it brings with it confusion, inconsistency, and emotional unreliability. This person may have made promises they couldn't keep or painted beautiful pictures of a future they weren't really ready to commit to. Emotionally, they might come and go. One moment, it's deep connection, tender words, and heartfelt presence. The next, they may pull back, shut down, or become moody and unpredictable. It's not that they don't care, it's that they don't always know how to hold steady when emotions run deep. There's also a chance they're emotionally avoidant. Rather than diving into the necessary conversations, they might skate around them, use charm as a shield, or distract with temporary sweetness instead of long-term repair. This can be incredibly confusing for you, because it's not all bad, right? You've seen their potential, you've felt their love. But the inconsistency, it leaves you doubting what's real. Sometimes this card reversed can indicate someone who idealizes love, but struggles with the real, raw work of showing up for it daily. Your partner may be overwhelmed by emotional expectations, or afraid of failure. They might fear being seen in their mess, so they present only curated versions of themselves. And then there's this, they may be dealing with their own emotional immaturity, even if they don't realize it. That doesn't mean they're a bad person. But it does mean they may not fully understand how their behavior affects you. The highs and lows, the promises and disappearances, they're creating a dynamic where you feel like you're constantly adjusting, accommodating, compensating. The Knight of Cups reversed asks your partner a direct question. Are you ready to love with consistency, or are you only here for the romance when it feels easy? They've got some emotional growing to do. The question is, will they do it with you or without? Current situation. 3 of Cups upright. Despite the emotional strain, there's a light here. The 3 of Cups brings a softness, a reminder of joy, friendship, and emotional connection. There's a foundation of shared laughter, beautiful moments, and soul-level companionship. At some point, this relationship felt good, maybe even magical, and that still lives within it. This card tells me that part of what makes this so hard is that the love isn't gone. You two may still feel drawn to each other, still have those moments of deep connection. Maybe you finish each other's thoughts. Maybe you make each other laugh when nobody else can. There's a friendship here, underneath the emotional complexity. And sometimes that makes it even more complicated to walk away, or to confront the hard stuff. The Three of Cups may also suggest that community or outside influences are playing a role. Are there friends involved in this dynamic? Are you both turning to other people for emotional support instead of each other? Sometimes this card highlights a triangle of energy, especially if someone is more emotionally involved with outside connections than their partner realizes. It's worth asking, are we prioritizing our connection, or are we getting lost in distraction? But more than anything, the Three of Cups is a reminder of what's possible. It's the warmth of emotional reunion, the potential for repair, the light that flickers even in moments of confusion. It's the love that's still there, waiting to be nurtured again. The challenge? Not relying on fleeting good moments to overlook the patterns that hurt. Joy is essential, but joy alone isn't enough. Possible outcome: Knight of Swords reversed. This card is a red flag, and a caution. If things continue as they are, this relationship may veer into chaos, emotional outbursts, or sudden impulsive decisions made in the heat of frustration. The Knight of Swords reversed is not a gentle energy. It's blunt, reactionary, and often says things it regrets. There's a risk here that if communication continues to be uneven, if emotions continue to pile up unspoken, you or your partner may reach a boiling point. This could look like a sharp argument, ghosting, abrupt behavior, or a dramatic shift in tone that feels out of nowhere. This isn't inevitable, but it's a warning. The reverse Knight of Swords tells us that beneath the surface, tension is building, and if it's not spoken through consciously, it might erupt unconsciously. You may feel the urge to confront everything at once, to finally say all the things you've held back. That might feel like freedom, but it could also become destructive if it's not rooted in clarity. Likewise, your partner may lash out, shut down, or make an emotionally immature decision that hurts both of you. The reversed Knight is fast, furious, and often misguided. It acts first and thinks later. So if you want a different outcome, the message is this: pause before reacting. Create space, breathe, speak with purpose, not just passion. The future isn't set, but it's teetering. One emotional reaction could turn this into something harder to repair. So the question becomes, can both of you slow down long enough to hear each other again? Conclusion: this is not a dead relationship. It's a tired one, a strained one, a connection between two people who still care, but who are growing at different emotional paces. You, the person who is watching, are exhausted. You've done the work. You've tried to keep things flowing. You've held space, extended grace, and waited for your partner to show up the way you need. Your partner? They care. But they're not consistent. They struggle with emotional follow-through. They retreat when it gets hard, and that leaves you holding the weight of the entire connection. There is love here. The Three of Cups proves that. There are still beautiful moments, still shared laughter, still something worth saving, if both of you want to. But if nothing changes, the reversed Knight of Swords warns that the next emotional outburst could cause deeper damage. Not because either of you are cruel, but because you're both hurting, and nobody's speaking the truth clearly enough. So here's the invitation: lay it bare, say how you feel. Not as a demand, not as a final word, but as an act of love to yourself. This relationship needs honest conversation, gentle confrontation, emotional courage. And if you both can show up for that, there's still hope. But if your partner continues to meet your truth with silence, charm, or withdrawal, then it may be time to ask, what am I still waiting for? You deserve love that meets you where you are. Not just love that wants to, but love that does. You've carried the weight long enough. Now it's your turn to be held. Thank you for watching my video. I hope this message brought you the clarity you needed. If you enjoyed it, please support my channel. Good luck on your journey.